Hi, we're back. And I don't normally do this. We don't normally do this. I don't think you normally do this. Um,
What?
Talking about places that we camp. You know that we do a lot of boondocking. We do a lot of free campsites and that kind of thing. But we went to one that just really was something special as far as we
Yeah,
were concerned.
be
The,
cool.
the thing that made it so special is it's a farm, and we met the people who owned the farm and lived there. They were a real kick. Hello, Gene and Sylvie. How are you? Anyway, um, we wanted to put this video up. It took me a while to get it put up due to my lack of knowing how to do things. But anyway, finally got this video up and wanted you to take a look. It was a great time. We had a
Good
ball
place
there.
to stay.
A really good place to stay. It's right outside Sackett's Harbor in upstate New York, and about an hour away from Bolt Castle, which is the last video that we did. Great place. So if you want to go see, Sackett's Harbor and Bolt Castle and all that stuff, go give Thomas Farm. It's on freecampsites.net.
It's a
Not
good
net.
name too.
Yeah, Thomas. I mean, how can I pass it up? Thomas Farm. We decided that we're probably cousins or something. Anyway, a great place to stay.
Lots of room, space,
And some history, as you will see in the video. An old
and very nice people. Very hospitable.
Yes, an old train trestle is on their property, and the old railroad that supplied the military for the War of 1812 is right there on their property, and you can go see it free of charge unless Gene has figured out a way how to charge you to go back there, which I think would be a good idea, Gene, but he probably won't because he's a nice guy, and I'm not. So anyway, watch the video, enjoy it, and we'll talk to you in a couple seconds here.
Well, this is a first for me. First time I've done a video like this, and but I had to do this. We often get our places to stay, our campsites, off of freecampsites.net. Great website. If you ever want to go out and about and get free campsites, freecampsites.net is the best as far as I'm concerned. Compendium is also good, but maybe it's just because we started with freecampsites.net. I like it the best. Anyway, doesn't matter. We came to, got this place. We were out in New York. We're camping with our grandchildren. We have 5 grandchildren back here in New York. We took 3 the first time. They are all 6 years old. And by the time we got back, and you'll see the video of that too, by the time we got back, I was ready to shoot all 3 of them. 6-year-olds, But then we have the 10 and 11-year-olds with us now, and it's a better trip. And you'll see some more of that too sometime later. But anyway, we went to this campsite that we found on freecampsites.net, and it's great. This is the best campsite I have ever been at, bar none. It's called Thomas Farm. You can find it. It's right outside Sackett's Harbor, New York, and it's a farm, and the couple that own it is Sylvie and Eugene Thomas, which I thought was funny anyway, because Thomas, of course, is my last name. I told him we must be cousins. And so there's a contact number, and I called it, talked to Sylvie on the phone, and she said, I told her what we had, and she said, sure, come on up. And so that's what we did. We came up and discovered the most delightful couple ever, and we're here on their farm right now, and so I'm gonna turn you around so you can start seeing some of this place. Here's the farm. I wish you could see way over there. There's a deer walking in the tall grass, but I can barely see it just with my eyes, and you, I'm sure, can't see it on this thing. here's the farm. Here's the barn. There's Rosie. You can't see their house. It's up behind that barn. Sorry if the wind is making some noise. Once again, you know, I'm not rich like some of these people. I don't have a fancy camera with a dead cat, you know, wind thing. So you get whatever you get that I can do off of my cell phone. But there's this farm, and you can park anywhere here in this big field. Well, I'll show it to you in a little bit. On the other side over there, there's a big fire pit. That last night we had a huge fire with Mick and I and the grandkids, and Eugene and Sylvie were with us as well. And we just sat there and talked, and it was very pleasant. One of the nice things about Eugene and Sylvie is that they understand a little bit about what this is about. They have a Ford Transit high-top van, and the van, they're still kind of working on building it out. Most of it's done. It's pretty nice, but they still have some work to do. Excuse me. And so anyhow, they understand a little bit. They've done some traveling out west into you know, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, that kind of stuff. So, but I wanted to show you more of this place. Now, down that way, I've not seen it. Down that way, kind of to the edge where that tree line is back there, and then you kind of make a little left. There is an old railroad grade, I guess, and I think he said part of a bridge. I've not seen it, but well, maybe I'll walk back there. Sackett's Harbor was where the U.S. naval, the U.S. Navy was stationed basically in Sackett's Harbor during the War of 1812, and it's a huge place, kind of a fun place to go visit. Huge battles were fought there during the War of 1812, and so one of the railroad grade and stuff is back there. And I think maybe I'll go back there and see if I can find it, and I'll show it to you. Just wanted to show you, here's another kind of a little more secluded campsite that Gene's he's kind of trying to make some of these. That's a fire pit right there. And there's another one over here. He's in the process of putting some of these in. Again, this is a free campsite. They do have a box for donations, which I think is reasonable. You know, you put in there what you want to put in there, what you can put in there, and I see nothing wrong with that at all. And it does take him, you know, gas for the tractor and all that to keep the place cleaned up. Here's another campsite with a fire pit here made out of these flagstones. So anyway, I don't see anything wrong with asking for donations, and they have never said anything about it. They just they have a little sign-up sheet because they just want to know how many people are here, you know. And there's a little box right there by a sign-up sheet on the back porch, and you know, there's a little donation box there. But they themselves have never said anything to me about, you know, leaving money or anything. And I see nothing wrong with that. So, it's the house up there. It's their house. And the barns and all that. This is a little communal fire pit. This is where we were last night. It's a pretty big fire pit, good size. And this is where we sat around with Gene and Sylvie last night till almost midnight. talking. It's a little protected by this wall over here, and you know, some bushes and trees and that kind of stuff, in case the wind's blowing, which it does occasionally around here. It does everywhere. Here's a shot of their van. It's early in the morning. They're not out here yet, so you know, I can't show you the inside, but this is their van. It's very nice. I'm jealous of it. Don't tell Rosie that. But it's pretty sweet little rig, and it's going to be even nicer when they get done with it. There's a road in front of their house, just down that way. You probably can't see it. There's a stop sign down there. Highway 3 or whatever it is, goes north and south, runs right past Sackett's Harbor. That water tower you might be able to see way down there, that's Sackett's Harbor. Again, big War of 1812 place. So that's interesting. Not far from here is Bolt Castle. Took the girls there. This is their place. It's their home. And so anyway, I recommend Thomas Farm. Not only does he have a cool last name, but it's one of the nicest free campsite places I've been to. So this is Eugene and Sylvie Thomas from the Thomas Farm, this place where we were staying, and I love it to bits. And I wanted to just introduce you to these folks and let you see what they look like, so that you know that they're not mass murderers or killers or any of that kind of thing. Wonderful people. We've had a great time meeting them. I feel like we have new friends.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
I don't know, anything you guys want to say about the place, what you'd like people to know?
Well, we've been here, I have, ever since 1944.
Okay.
And, well, now I'm 77 now, so we did all kinds of things here. I did haying the crops and on the farm and done the wood business for 20-some years. And so now we like to travel.
All right.
And the reason why we put our land on the freecampsite.net is because a few years ago we were traveling too, and that was hard to find a safe place to stay. So we decided, well, we do have the land, so why not?
Why not?
So everybody's welcome.
All right.
And
Well, thank you very much, and I have loved staying here, and we're going to be back for sure. So thank you.
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
So with some help from Gene, I found it. Here is where the old railroad was, crossed over here. That's the grade, went down that way, and then along there, 1812. So it was just a couple of years ago, but that's quite the wall. Really neat. Hi, hope you enjoyed the video and all of that. It is a great place. Go there. If you're in upstate New York and you don't, what are you doing? If you're in upstate New York, my wife has done something odd. Believe it or not, she's not on drugs. I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, if you're in upstate New York, go to Thomas Farm and stay a couple of nights at the Thomas Farm. It is a great place, right?
Yes.
Okay. Say goodbye and don't do anything weird.